Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Dragons in Modern. For this month's edition, we're testing out an Affinity Dragons deck with some of the new MH3 cards. I mean, we have the Artifact land and an Artifact. Do we trust in the Magic Gods? All right, well, we have a redraw if we have to have it, I guess. So Furnace Hellkite and the Herigast are the two dragons from MH3 that are new that I'm trying to test out. Interesting. We'll go ahead and run it all out. Next turn, we will have, we draw a 0-mana artifact, we can play the Kappa Cannoneer. We have the 3 artifacts, so essentially this costs 4 mana, and this costs 3 mana. Oh yeah, so we're looking to ramp into an early Furnace Hellkite or Kappa Cannoneer, which is, yes, it's not a dragon, but if you've been watching my videos, you know I did play a Dragon Turtle with my Dimir Dragons deck. So he's kind of like an honorary dragon in those regards. or maybe not. Okay, opponent not doing anything. Ooh, another Hellkite. That's not really what we wanted to see. It's kind of like our worst draw. If that had been another artifact land, we would still not be able to play anything, but at least we'd be another turn closer. Okay. The bauble doesn't do anything. It does draw us a card, obviously, but I mean, it doesn't help us manipulate our deck in any way, so if it's just something we don't want to see, then it's not gonna, we're gonna have to draw it anyway. Man, Furnace Hellkite off the top was pretty much the worst. Alright, Bowmasters, it looks like we might be up against Rakdos Scam. I wonder if it's gonna be Electro Dominance Rakdos. We're about to find out. So we could just take it. I mean, the benefit of not, we could spare our life total, but if they have another Bowmasters, they'll kill the Ornithopter. If they do flash in other Bowmasters, we can hit the army. Here comes the Necro Dominance. Yep. So, I mean, there is a world in which this Galvanic Blast might actually burn our opponent out if they go low enough, right? So I've played this deck, this is my second test match, and I had Shrapnel Blast in the deck that I then cut. Alright, Soul Spike to gain some life. Yeah, there goes our Ornithopter. Things are looking grim. Steam Vents would have been nice had we had that Ornithopter out. So now you're looking at the drawback of the Affinity strategy. We have 4 cards, and we have 5 cards in, and 4 of which we are nowhere near casting based on what we have on the battlefield right now, which is 2 artifacts. And that's kind of how the deck is played. It's, I mean, I've played against Affinity enough, and I did look at the lists that were out there. We're not that far off the main lists. We did have to make room for the Herigast. Comes a Thoughtseize. And we'll just concede. We're not getting anywhere near playing any of our. So we really need a faster start than what we just saw. We having 2 finishers and not a lot of enablers is not our best opening 7, but you can see the deck here. So we're trying out the Cannoneer. Maybe that needs to be some cheaper artifacts, but we do want some payoffs. And then Thought Monitor is a payoff that draws us cards that we can then use to emerge the Herigast to draw more cards. So we can bring in the Force Negations. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming, I don't know. I'd have to check. I mean, we can bring in the Metallic Rebukes just to counter things, to have some interaction with ways to counter the dominance. Take out that guy who looked so bad. Relic seems like it's probably unnecessary. Haywire Might seems good. Maybe we bring in the other Haywire Might. take out, just trim a little bit here and there. All right, well, so far I've not had much success with my Affinity Dragons deck. My practice match, which looked a little bit different, also played out similarly, where it's just very clunky. 3 Urza Saga lands. We do have the Haywire Might, which is nice. I really don't want to play that hand, though. All right, I guess we're going to find out the hard way if Pithy Needle can name... Man, this is also ugly, right? If Pithy Needle can name Electro Dominance. What should we put on the bottom? Could just put a land on the bottom. Necro. I think I keep saying Electro. Necro Dominance. All right, so we will put this onto the battlefield. That's the Night. I'm pretty sure Necro Dominance would be something we can hit with Pithy Needle. All right, so that was a good draw for us. So now we have the 3 artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting in. Forgot this guy actually has a power. Thought for 0 mana, you get a 1/1. All right, so we have 4 artifacts, and we still need more. We have 2 lands, so that's 6 mana. So we either need a land or a 0 mana artifact to cast what's in our hand. So yeah, you can see we're looking to do the affinity strategy of getting our big things out quickly via this affinity, right? Essentially ramp using artifacts, and then take these big things, ideally taking a Thought Monitor and using it to cast Herigast for the emerge, but we can also cast Furnace Hellkite for the emerge. Okay, gonna get rid of one of my artifacts, which is unfortunate. And then I get to flip the Sorin into Ravenous Neonate, make a food token. Deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target. Go ahead and kill that guy. Very nice. It's a pretty good turn for our opponent. And we will play an Urza Saga, which is also, I mean, as far as the draws go, we were going to be able to cast one of these things, but not anymore. At least we can make some Urza Saga tokens. I have had a really mixed experience playing the Urza Saga's lands. I think I've I don't enjoy the play pattern. I don't enjoy like taking so many turns off to commit to making tokens, even though I've lost to those tokens so many times, and I've won a fair number of games that way as well. To be fair, so we can make another token. They're just gonna run away with this game though, with this Sorin. I guess we can go get a Pithy Needle again. The name Sorin. Since we have a second, I'm pretty sure we brought in the second Pithy Needle from the sideboard. I may be wrong though. might have only have the one, at which point don't think our opponent's going to be attacking. Maybe, if they have some removal, but no, they're not. Alright, so then that's 4/4. Make another one. Man, we are just... I had another land too because of how much the struggle was for making land drops. And you see it here again, drawing the Lava Spur Boots instead of a land is going to make a big difference in our turn here. Looks like they're going to kill both of our double extort. Is that what's happening? Oh, the Planeswalker has extort too. Oh, nice. Then we bring in another... Alright, so we could bring in the... we could play the Shadow Spear. Get the get the Springleaf Drum. Basically just to get mana out of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think we can... So 1 artifact, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we still can't cast. That was wrong. That was not the right play. I should have... I guess it had to... Never mind. Okay, so I'm still learning the deck, but we had to use the creature to tap for mana. I was thinking we should have tapped an artifact for the mana, but that'd be too powerful if that was what Springleaf Drum does. But in reality, we can only tap the creature. Okay, so our opponent's down to 2 cards, but they have this Sorin, which they can basically use to kill anything. However, now that we have the Lava Spur Boots, if things don't get blown up and killed, we can give what we play haste and attack, and maybe kill the Sorin before they can go off with it. Hopefully they have a handful of Necro Dominances. And we need to find some ways to interact with our opponent. Alright, so I think they're going to probably, I don't know, depending on what's in their hand, just try to kill this construct. I'd really like to get a land off the top. If assuming our artifacts live, then that would give us 1, 2, 3, 4, because they're going to kill that. So there goes that. Gain control of our construct. Interesting. We do hit a land. So let's see. We have 1 artifact, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that does let us cast a Furnace Hellkite. Then equip it and attack. I assume it's going to get killed though. When they in response to our equipping. Oh, okay. Maybe they do have a handful of Necro Dominances. But they can gain a lot of life and they can put some pressure on us. So we need this Thought Monitor to draw some serious cards, draw some serious action. What we would love to see is play the Thought Monitor for a single blue. First of all, nothing dies. That's the first thing. Second, no thought seizes. Play the Thought Monitor for a single blue. Get a Herigast out of it. Play the Herigast with the Thought Monitor. Never mind. So the first, so far nothing's died, but the Thought Seizes happened. So that's unfortunate for us. This Extort is starting to add up too. A good draw for our opponent. They're going to have a 4-turn clock, and we have a 4-turn clock, so took our construct. So we have a lot of live draws here. Another Furnace Hellkite would be fine. Land is not really what we wanted to see. At 4 mana, so 1, 2, 3. Feel like we can probably cast everything we really. I mean, I'm going to sacrifice. I think we're ready to draw a card off of this Mishra's Bauble. Bowmasters. It's a good draw for them. It's the clock. So we need some action. Thought Monitor. Okay, well, that's a blocker. Draws us into some action, hopefully. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're going to have to pay 3 mana for it, which isn't ideal, but. Or sorry, this is an artifact too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pay 2 mana to draw 2 cards and get a 2/2 flyer. Probably should have done to avoid Thought Seizes, probably should have done the Mishra's Bauble at the end of opponent's turn. In hindsight. So we know about what they have in hand. We drew another Thought Monitor. So that's some good blockers for us. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. I still wouldn't mind seeing a Herigast. Can it win the weight race? I don't know. Here comes the Bowmasters, though. That's going to punish us for drawing cards. Yep. Well, I mean, we can't not play it. We're going to die to something. We're losing the race. And now we're going to be losing to Bowmasters as we draw 2 more cards. And they're just going to kill our Thalma. Forced negation. All right, well, that's something. So they managed to kill, I think, Extort, maybe? All right, so we can do the Furnace Hellkite and then go block, and probably die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's what we got. And we can have this we have a force negation for kill spells. They can just extort us out of this game, though, this way, and they have so much life gain with the food tokens that we're in big trouble. It's possible we got too aggressive with our attacks and should have just held back blockers until we could have stabilized more. I think we're going to go to 1, and all it takes is an extort is on cast, I believe, so gain 3 life. So, I mean, 1 is not a high life total against another. Yep. And knife in, and we're just dead. All right, well, GG's. Fun game. Definitely feel like we could have. That game 2 was more like how we want our deck to play, and then we probably didn't play it optimally, but having the Thought Monitors right when we knew they were drawing the Bowmasters put us in a tough spot. So I think there was some definitely decision points that we could have gone a different way, would have been more better, as they say. But for now, that's it. So for cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. This has been another edition of Dragons in Modern. This is Johnny Cycles with cyclesgaming.com. If you haven't already, check out my website where you can read about my commander decks, my modern jank, and my science fiction novel that I'm publishing serially. Click that like button or the subscribe button on YouTube. Everybody counts. For cyclesgaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all in the next one.